Hey, Brooksie here, the Irish Insider for the 7 and a Hook podcast. Hey, hope everybody's having a great day. Man, we are knee deep into March Madness. Yesterday, what a big day. What an exciting day, those games. 16 games, 1-6. That's right. 16 games were on the card yesterday. Well, guess what? We broke down every game yesterday's podcast. Yes, we did. Side and total. So, in essence, 32 plays, right? How'd we do? 19 and 13 against the spread. Yes, yes, yes. Another winning day on the 7 and a Hook podcast. We don't just pick and choose games during March Madness. We pick every single game. We really show what it takes to be a handicapper. It's not easy. A lot of hours, a lot of research, but man, oh man, at the end of that day, 19 and 13 against the spread, cashing tickets. Okay, combine that with the first four, the playing games, right? Well, what do we do there? Well, we had sides, we had totals, we had prop bets. We went 13 and 7 during the first four, the playing games, right? So far in March Madness, we're 32 and 20 against the spread, man. 32 and 20 against the spread. Cashing tickets. Maybe that's what the show should be called. No longer 7 and a Hook. But anyways, hey, as I said, we're going to break down all the games during NCAA tournament here, the March Madness. So, another big day today on slate. Another 16 games, 1-6, that's right. Are we going to just pick and choose a few games? Nope. We've got them all broken down. I'm going to share with you right now. So get ready, strap in. A lot of information we're going to be sharing today. Okay, so without further ado, let's get this show rolling. All right, first up, Loyola Chicago, a number 10 seed, taking on a number 7 seed, the Ohio State. Now, this game is a pick 'em as of showtime here, okay? So pick 'em. Points total set at 133. This is a South Region game. The Ramblers, Loyola State Ramblers, 25 and 7 overall on the season, 13 and 5. They finished in the Missouri Valley Conference. Ended the season on a 3-game win streak, averaging 73 points a game, letting up 61. Super stingy defense. They're led by Lucas Williamson, little over 14 points a game. Loyola, not afraid to step out during their non-conference schedule. They play the likes of Michigan State, Auburn. They played San Francisco and Arizona State. They're not afraid to play the big teams, the big schools. Ohio State, they come in this game 19 and 11 overall, 12 and 8 in the Big Ten. Now, end of the season on kind of a Debbie Downer. They only won 1 out of their last 5 games, averaging 73 points a game, letting up 68. They're led by E.J. Liddell, super exciting player, little under 20 points a game. What do I like in this game? I think the book really wants you to take Ohio State. They like the name. It's a pick 'em, should be easy. I see it a little bit differently. I like Loyola in this game, so give me Loyola in a pick 'em. Some lines they're getting a point, but as far as when we're going showtime here, it's at a pick 'em. So points total set at 133. I'm looking up. We're going to go over 133 in this game. All right, Jackson State, moving on here. Jackson State, a 15 seed, taking on a number 2 seed in Auburn. Auburn's favored by 15. Points total set at 138. This is in the Midwest region. The Gamecocks, Jacksonville State Gamecocks, 21 and 10 overall, 13 and 3 in the A-Sun Conference. End of the season, 5 out of 6 wins, averaging 73 points a game, letting up 66. They're led by Darian Adams, 15 and a half points per game. Tigers, the Auburn Tigers, finished the season 27 and 5, 15 and 3 in the SEC. They were the darlings of the league for a good part of the beginning of the season. They were ranked number 1 overall for a little while and had a couple rough patches and ended up 8th in the polls. 78 points a game for the Tigers, letting up 67. I think the Tigers got something to prove in this tournament. I think people are underestimating them a little bit. So I'm going to lay the 15. Line is 15. Points total set at 138. As far as the 138, yeah, I'm looking up. We're going to go over 138 in this game. Moving ahead, Montana State, a number 14 seed, taking on number 3 seed in Texas Tech. Texas Tech favored by 15 in this game. Points total set at 132 and a hook. This is in the West region. The Bobcats, the Montana State Bobcats, 27-7 overall this season, 16-4 in the Big Sky Conference. They're led by Xavier Bishop, 14 points a game. They ended the season on a 6-game win streak. They put up 77 points a game, only let up 68. The Raiders, the Texas Tech Raiders, 25-9 overall, 12-6 in the Big 12. They lost in the Big 12 final tournament, 74-65 to Kansas. 71 points a game for the Raiders, only letting up 60. Stingy defense. They did, again, I look at some of their out-of-conference game. They played Gonzaga earlier in the year. They lost to them, but they did decide to play them. What do I like in this game? I mean, I like Montana State. I think they're a scrappy team. I just think that Texas Tech has got a little too much firepower for them. So I'm going to lay the 15 with Texas Tech. And as far as the points total set at 132 and a hook, I'm looking up. I'm going to go over 132 and a hook. All right, moving ahead here. Yale, number 14 seed, taking on a number 3 seed in Purdue. Purdue favored by 16 and a hook. Points total set at 144 and a hook. East Region game. Now the Bulldogs, the Yale Bulldogs, they come into this game 19-11, 11-3 overall in the Ivy League. They ended the season on a 3-game winning streak. They were the Ivy League champion. They knocked off Princeton 66-64. They're led by Azar Swain, scores 19 points a game. In out of conference, who they play? Well, they took on the likes of like Seton Hall, Auburn, St. Mary's, again, all tournament teams. So they battle tested is kind of the term I like to use. 72 points a game for Yale, let up 68. Purdue, 27-7 overall, 14-6 in the Big Ten, averaging 79 points a game, let up 68. Okay, how do I see this game? Purdue's a better team, there's no doubt, but Yale is a very, very good team, well coached, very disciplined. I like Yale here. I'm going to take the 16 and a hook with the Yale Bulldogs. And as far as the points total set at 144 and a hook, looking down. I'm going to go under in this matchup. Okay, moving ahead here. We got Delaware. That's right, Delaware, a 15 seed taking on 2 seed Villanova. Villanova favored by 15 and a hook. Points total set at 133 and a hook. This is the South region. Now the Blue Hens, the Delaware Blue Hens, they come in this game 22-12 overall, 10-8 in the Colonial Athletic Conference. They beat UNC Wilmington in the CAA tournament final, 59-55. Now this is their first NCAA bid since 2014. The Blue Hens averaged 73 points a game, let up 69. Villanova, the Wildcats, 26-7 overall. They finished 16-14 in the Big East. They ended the season, they won the Big East tourney. They ended the season on a 6-game win streak. Averaged 72 points a game, let up 63. Jay Wright, head coach. I had to look it up. He's actually been there 21 years. I didn't think he'd been there that long, but man, he really has. And he's done some great things. He is no stranger to the tournament, and he's no stranger to winning the tournament. They did it both in 2016 and 2018, most recently under his tutelage. Okay. Last year in the tournament, they got bounced out of the Sweet 16 by Baylor, who eventually won the tournament. Okay. What do I like in this game? I'm going to lay the 15 and a hook with the Wildcats. I think they got a little too much here for Delaware, so I'm going to lay the 15 and a hook. And as far as the points total set at 133 and a hook, I'm looking up. We're going to go over 133 and a hook. All right, next up, Miami, the Hurricanes, 10 seed, taking on a number 7 seed in USC. USC is favored by 2 points total set at 139 and a hook. Midwest region game. All right, the Hurricanes, Miami, they come into this game 23-10 overall, 14-6 they finished in the ACC. Winners, 3 out of their last 4, 74 points a game, only let up 71. Cameron Gusty is their go-to guy, a little over 17 points a game. The Trojans, USC, 26-7 overall, 14-6 in the Pac-12. Ended the season kind of a downer, lost 3 out of their last 4. 72 points a game for the Trojans, led up 65. What do I like in this game? Again, tough game to handicap, but I'm going with Miami. Okay, I'm going to take the 2 points with Miami. They're getting 2, and the points total set at 139 and a hook. I'm looking up. We're going to go over 139 and a hook. All right, moving ahead. Notre Dame, a number 11 seed, taking on a number 6 seed in Alabama. Alabama is favored by 4, points total set at 151 and a hook. West Region game. Now, Notre Dame, they were part of the first 4. They won their play-in game against Rutgers. And an exciting game it was, double overtime, 89-87. And the Fighting Irish, what did they do? They silenced anybody that said, oh, they don't belong in the tournament. Well, guess what? They do. They earned it, okay? So now, Alabama, the Crimson Tide, they come into this game 19-13, 9-9 overall in the SEC. Ended the season with 3 losses. To me, this is a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde type of team. You never know who's going to show up, right? And what? Because you look at their schedule, they beat the likes of Baylor this year, but then they lost to teams like Iona. What? How do you do that? Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. Who's going to show up? That's what it comes down to. Now, the Crimson Tide averaged 80 points a game, led up 76. Listen, Notre Dame, congrats on winning that playing game. I think Alabama shows up for this game, so I'm going to lay the 4 in this game. As far as the points total set at 151 and a hook, yeah, I'm going to look down. I'm going to go under the total in this game. All right, Virginia Tech, moving ahead here. A number 11 seed, taking on number 6 seed, Texas. This is in the East region. Texas is favored by 1. Points total set at 123 and a hook. The Hokies, Virginia Tech, 23-12 overall, 11-9 in the ACC. Ended the season on a 4-game win streak. They got hot at the right time. They went on to beat Duke in the ACC tournament final, 82-67. They averaged 70 points a game. Their defense only letting up 62. The Longhorns of Texas here, 21-11 overall, 10-8 in the Big 12. Ended the season with 3 straight losses. 68 points a game, let up 59. Super stingy defense. Somewhat disappointing year, I think, for the Texas Longhorns. They were, preseason in the top 5. Spent a little bit of time there at the beginning of the season, but kind of dropped quite significantly as the season went on. Ended up 25th in the poll. So I think they got something to prove here. They definitely have some talent on this team. Not saying Virginia Tech doesn't, but I think Texas has got a little bit more. So lines -1, points total set at 123 and a hook. I'm going to lay the 1 here with Texas. And as far as the points total, yeah, I'm looking up. We're going to go over 123 and a hook. All right, moving ahead here. What do we got next? Okay, Chattanooga. That's right, Chattanooga, number 13 seed, taking on number 4 seed, Illinois. Illinois is favored in this game by 8. Points total set at 135 and a hook. South region game. All right, the Mocs, M-O-C-S, the Chattanooga Mocs. Very unique nickname. Or 27-7 overall, 14-4 they finished in the Southern Conference. Ended the season on a 5-game win streak. Averaged 74 points a game, led up only 64. Led by Malachi Smith. 20 points a game, 3 assists a game. Keep your eye on this play. He's fun to watch. Illinois, the Fighting Illini, they come into this game 22-9, 15-5 overall in the Big Ten. End of the season, 3 wins out of their last 4. 75 points a game, led up only 67. What do I see this game? Again, I've talked a little bit about, out-of-conference, non-conference schedules. Chattanooga's out-of-conference schedule, very, very weak. I don't think they're ready to step up and play kind of a battle-tested team in Illinois. So I'm going to lay the 8 points with Illinois here. As far as the points total set at 135 and a hook, I'm going to look up. I'm going to go over 135 and a hook here. All right, moving ahead. Cal State Fullerton, CSU Fullerton, a number 15 seed, taking on Duke, a number 2 seed here in the West region. Duke favored by 18 and a hook. Points total set at 145. Now the Titans, Cal State Titans, 21-10 overall. They finished 11-4 in the Big West Conference. Ended the season on a 4-game winning streak. Averaged 70 points a game, letting up 66. Duke, the Blue Devils, 28-6 overall, 16-4 in the ACC. As everybody knows, Coach Krzyzewski, he's retiring after this season. So this is his last big dance, right? This is the last March Madness as head coach of Duke. Now, Duke, they've had a couple, you can call them disappointments in the last, say, 2.5 weeks. And what do I mean by that is, okay, Coach K's last home game, big to do. They flew in every former player and every bit of media was there. And UNC, North Carolina, came in and beat them. All right, so his swan song at home didn't end very well, and North Carolina beat them pretty handily, 94-81, and then jump ahead another week and a half or so. Another disappointment, and that was in the ACC tournament final, right? Well, Coach K's got to go out with a win. Nope, didn't. Virginia Tech handled them again pretty easily, 82-67. So, how do I see this game? I think Duke's going to come out and show people that, listen, we're here, we're going to play well, and we're going to be a tough out in this tournament. So I'm going to lay the 18 and a hook with the Duke Blue Devils. As far as the points total set at 145, I'm looking down. I'm going to go under the 145. Okay, moving ahead here. Iowa State, a number 11 seed, taking on number 6 seed LSU. LSU favored by 4, points total set at 128 and a hook. Midwest game here. All right, the Cyclones, Iowa State Cyclones, 20-12 overall. They went 7-11 in the Big 12. Averaged 65 points a game, led up 63. Ended the season with a 3-game losing streak. Prior to that, 4-game winning streak. Prior to that, 4-game losing streak. Up, down. This team's like a roller coaster, okay? Who's going to show up? That's, okay. Now, mind you, they started the season 12-0. But then they went into streaky runs all during the season. It was very strange. Hard to predict sometimes. All right, LSU came into the season, finished the season, 22-11, 9-9 in the SEC. 73 points a game, scored, letting up 63. Tari Easton is the go-to, 17 points a game, 52% field goal percentage. Another team that started out great, 15-1 they started the season, ended 22-11. Now, plenty of controversy kind of swirling around the LSU Tigers. NCAA violations, allegations. They fired their head coach, Will Wade. You got interim head coach Kevin Nickelberry taking over. What's going to happen here? Okay, do they rally the wagons? Do they just have no motivation? Again, what do I see in this game? LSU has enough talent, and even during the season, there was grumblings that something was going on behind the scenes. So I think LSU is a better team here. I'm going to lay the 4 with the Tigers. And as far as the points total set at 128 and a hook, I'm looking down. I'm going to go under 128 and a hook. LSU can play some defense, and so can the Cyclones. So I think this game is going to go under. All right, moving ahead here. Wright State, number 16 seed, taking on number 1 seed in the South, and that's Arizona. Arizona favored by 21, points total set at 156 and a hook. The Raiders, the Wright State Raiders, they were part of that first 4 playing, and they handled their business. They took care of Bryant 93-82. It was the Tanner Holden show for Wright State. What a performance this young kid put on. 37 points. Wow, congrats. All right, moving ahead. Arizona, 31-3 overall. Great season. Finished 18-2 in the Pac-12. They won the Pac-12 tournament. Ended the season on a 6-game win streak. This is under first-year head coach Tommy Lloyd. The last 20-odd seasons, where's he been? He's been an assistant coach over at Gonzaga. Took some of his knowledge from Gonzaga, brought it to Arizona. Working pretty good there, huh? Now, Arizona hadn't been in the tournament since 2018, so first time back in a while. What do I see here? Well, I just think, Wright State, listen, congrats. You made it through that playing game, but you're not playing Bryant. You're playing Arizona. This is a super, super talented team. I'm going to lay the 21. It's a big number. I know. I'm going to lay the 21 here with Arizona and the points total set at 156 and a hook. Yeah, I'm looking up. I'm going over 156 and a hook. All right, we're on the home stretch here. 4 games left on the card. All right, UAB, a number 12 seed, taking on a number 5 seed in Houston. This is in the South region. Houston favored by 8 and a hook. Points total set at 136. All right, the Blazers, UAB Blazers, 27-7 overall this season, 14-4 in Conference USA. Ended the season on a 7-game winning streak. Averaged 80 points a game, let up only 66. Jordan Walker, again, keep your eye on this player. Over 20 points a game, 5 assists a game. He's fun to watch. Houston, they come into this game 29-5 overall and they finished 15-3 in the American Athletic Conference. They beat they beat Memphis in the AAC tournament final, 71-53. Out of conference, they played Virginia, they played Butler, they played Oregon, they played Wisconsin, they played Alabama. Again, not afraid to step out and play some of the bigger schools. They averaged 75 points a game, only let up 58. Super stingy defense. How do I see this game? I think UAB has enough to stay with Houston. Okay, so I'm going to take the 8 and a hook points here with UAB Blazers. As far as the points total set at 136, I'm looking under. I'm looking for a little slowdown here. So I'm going to go under 136. All right, moving ahead here. Davidson, a number 10 seed, taking on number 7 seed, Michigan State. Now, Michigan State favored by -1. Points total set at 141. Now, this is in the West region. The Wildcats of Davidson. They come into this game 27-6 overall, 15-3. They finished in the Atlantic 10 Conference. 75 points a game, and they let up 65. Foster Loyer, he's the go-to guy, 16 points a game. Can't forget their big forward/center, Luka Brajkovic. I'm sure I butchered his name a little bit there. Big player. You're not going to miss him. 58% field goal percentage. Scored about 14 points a game, 7-8 rebounds. So keep your eye on for Luka. Okay, now the Spartans, Michigan State Spartans. They come into this game 22-12. They finished 11-9 in the Big Ten. They lost to Purdue in the semifinals of the Big Ten tournament, 75-70. They were on a 3-game winning streak prior to that loss, however. 72 points a game, letting up 68. How do I see this game? Man, again, tough game to handicap. I just think Davidson has enough here. So I'm going to take the point. Give me the point with Davidson. As far as the points total set at 141, I'm looking down. I'm going to go under 141 in this game. All right, 2 games to go. Colgate, number 14 seed, taking on number 3 seed, Wisconsin. This is in the Midwest region. Wisconsin is favored by 7 and a hook. Points total set at 139 and a hook. The Raiders, that's right, the Colgate Raiders, 23-11 overall. They finished 16-2 in the Patriot League. Super exciting here for Colgate. Why? They finished the season on a 15-game winning streak. They beat Navy in the Patriot League final, 100-90 to secure their spot in the tournament. Okay, averaged 76 points a game did the Raiders. They let up 67. Pretty good at shooting the 3, 40% from beyond the arc. Now, they're no strangers to the tournament. They were here last year. They got bounced in the first round by Arkansas. But again, they're no stranger to this tournament. The Badgers, Wisconsin Badgers, 24-7 overall, finished 15-5 in the Big Ten. They scored 70 points a game, let up 66, led by Johnny Davis, little under 20 points a game. Ended the season on a 2-game losing streak. Prior to that, they had a 6-game win streak. Okay. How do I see this game? Again, I just think Wisconsin, I think you didn't want to match up against Colgate. I don't think a lot of teams wanted to. I'm going to take the 7-0 hook with Colgate in this game. As far as the points total set at 139 and a hook, I'm looking down. I'm going to go under 139 and a hook. Okay, we've made it to the end. Last game on the card. TCU, a number 9 seed, taking on number 8 seed Seton Hall. This is in the South region. Now, the Showtime game is a pick'em. Okay, points total set at 129 and a hook. All right, the Horned Frogs of TCU, 20-12 overall. They finished 8-10 in the Big 12. Loses 3 of their last 4. 68 points a game they put up. They let up 65 during the season. Mike Miles is the go-to guy. Just about 15 points a game out of him. The Pirates of Seton Hall, 21-10. They finished the season overall. 11-8 in the Big East. Winners 7 of their last 8 games. 72 points a game. They let up 66. Again, this is a tough game, pick'em game. I got to lean towards TCU in this matchup, so I'm going to take TCU and a pick'em. And as far as the points total set at 129 and a hook, yeah, I'm looking over. We're going to go over 129 and a hook. Okay, that's going to put a wrap on today's picks and plays. Hopefully, I gave you some good insight and good information so you can go play some picks and cash some ticks. Again, a lot of great games on tap today. Hopefully, again, you have some time to check them out. Yesterday's games were phenomenal. Again, hopefully we keep the cashing, the tickets rocking and rolling, because so far we're doing pretty good in March Madness. So hey, again, hope everybody has a great day. And as we always say, may your bad beats be small and your big wins be monster.